Hello my loves, welcome back to Zeke's Lunchbox. Today we're gonna do a studio vlog. This vlog is just about what I've been up to since the Kickstarter has ended. I've rested a little bit, but not too much, as you'll see in this vlog. So last week I posted a video pretty much just talking about what's happened with the Kickstarter, what the plan is, and the future of this channel, and the future of my art career. I asked you guys to suggest a bunch of videos that you'd like to see on this channel and to let me know why you subscribed. It was so useful getting all of that feedback. A lot of stuff I had already known. It was more just like really good to hear your thoughts, so it just confirmed what I already knew. That doesn't sound necessarily helpful, but it was. It was really just confirming of like what my plan for the channel is, the videos that I want to make, and hearing you guys confirm that that's a good plan was really good and exciting. So thank you so much for all of your suggestions in that video. In this video, I'm gonna take you through one of the latest tarot cards. Now we are up to 5 more. There's still 5 more to make, but we're winding down, we're getting there. And then I'm also going to take you through a new art venture that I'm going down, and I also discovered this book later on in the video. If anything isn't of interest to you, there are timestamps so you can skip forward. This video is long. Feels good making a long video, to be honest. Really giving you as much content as possible, and trying to make them a lot longer because I know a lot of people watch these while they're painting, and you want a nice long drawing, art, painting session. Let's get into it. Hello everybody. All right, another studio vlog, another hodgepodge, lots of little bitsy jobs here and there. For some context, we are a couple of days after the Kickstarter for my tarot card deck. So I'm a little bit low energy. Have just spent the weekend and then Monday and Tuesday relaxing, and then also hanging out with friends because lockdown has ended in my city. Kind of just going back to normal life, weirdly enough. The pandemic's really taught me to be a lot more social, not be such a homebody. I am so sick of that life. Obviously, I'm a Libra, so I like a good balance between work and play. I'm still feeling like I need to recuperate though, just because the Kickstarter is like a lot of emotional energy. You know, this project has been like something that I've been working on for years on end, and I'm still trying to like figure out my emotions from it all. But there's still work to be done, so that's what we're gonna do. I think from now on I'm not going to be doing single videos on each tarot card. There are still 6 cards for me to make, including the unlocked stretch goal card, the Maker. Really would like to start that card this week, but I do have something a little bit more urgent to work on because I've been asked to be in a group show. Oh my god, group shows are happening again. The earth is recovering. It's spring, the Kickstarter's done, lockdown's over. Like, it's just a really happy time right now. I just feel like things are finally lining up, and the world is just getting back to normal. So this group show, let me put down the camera so we can chat a little bit further about it. I don't know if you guys know much about NFTs. Non-fungible tokens, you know, is kind of like the big art news a couple of months ago, earlier this year. Mostly with the artist Beeplecrap making a butt ton of money through NFTs. Lots of people having various thoughts on NFTs, how they're destroying the earth, how all of it's just a scam. Some people feeling very excited with this new territory in the art industry. I've always been pretty open-minded about them. I feel like I've heard every opinion under the sun about NFTs, especially, you know, a couple months ago when it was really buzzing. I felt like I listened to so many podcasts about it. I read a bunch of articles, really looked into like all the pros and cons, and because I was working on the tarot card deck, I didn't really think about going down that avenue all too much. My partner, Aurelian Fam, he sold one of his NFTs earlier this year, and honestly, the opportunities that he has been given through selling that one NFT has been crazy. We've both been having very good karma lately with both of our careers. I feel like we've cut our teeth and we've paid our dues, and now it's time to finally be welcomed into the industry. So I don't know, if you have negative thoughts about NFTs, I'd love to hear them down below. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm really not the expert to talk about them. Basically, to really run it down, an NFT is ultimately an image or some kind of like piece of media that you can buy through cryptocurrency, and you're ultimately buying a unique chain of letters that is unique to that piece of media, and you officially own that piece of media. Again, if you have lots of negative thoughts about it, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, but at the same time, you're not going to change my mind on them. I don't believe they are ruining and damaging the earth as much as people want to talk about them doing so. I think it's a very complicated, nuanced discussion, and for me, it's more a very exciting time for artists to be selling their NFTs. So I'm going to be in an NFT show, which is exciting. I've been wanting to delve into this for quite some time. Like I said, circling back to tarot card stuff earlier this year, I was just already spread too thin. So, you know, this is a good opportunity for me to break in by being invited to an NFT show. So what I'm going to be doing for that is in a different vlog that I posted on this channel, chatting about the unicorn piece that I did for Bitch magazine. I was commissioned to do this piece. Pop it up on screen for you. I am going to use parts of this artwork to create a new piece of artwork. The brief and the theme for the exhibition is immersive worlds, or creating your own worlds of some sort. I mean, I do that already naturally with my work. That was a good fit. When it comes to NFT culture and what sells over there is very much how can I put this without being completely offensive? I'm just gonna come out and say it, but what is popular as an NFT is like lowest common denominator sort of work. You know, things that people recognize, that's kind of what postmodern art is. It's really like, oh, I recognize and I know that thing, therefore I love that thing. And as an artist, it's really frustrating because all you want to do is like create your own unique worlds and new ideas, but what is popular and what sells is not that. I'm happy to, you know, try and like participate in that mindset, but I want to do it on my own terms. If you follow me on here or you know my work in general, that's all the people who are following you guys, you know my work. A lot of it is, you know, inspired by 80s toys, a lot of 80s films, 90s toys. A lot of it is really just recreating my childhood, but through a more empowered, I hate the term empowered woman because it's just so cliche at this point. So you're taking nostalgic elements from a millennial point of view, but bringing it more through a female lens with lots of autonomy. So basically it's just super millennial. I've really come to the conclusion that my work is very millennial, and also, you know, some elder millennials and Gen Xers participate and enjoy the work as well, because we all have lots of memories of our toys from back then. So this piece that I'm going to make is basically going to be like a nostalgia heaven, a millennial nostalgia heaven. If you guys have any nostalgic things that you could suggest to put in it, the artwork will already be finished by the time this vlog is over, but just in case, what are some nostalgic things that you guys have from your childhood that you'd love to see me recreate? So, you know, like troll dolls, Polly Pocket, Barbies. What are some other like unique toys? I really love the He-Man and She-Ra universe. Like for me, that's like perfect. I'm basically just trying to recreate that with my artwork. I will be hiring an animator to bring my vision to life, so it's pretty exciting to like see my work come to life with movement. That's pretty much why I've been very excited about NFTs. I want to see my work move, I want to see it animated, I want to see it with like really good foley and a soundtrack, really bring the worlds to life. It's a good opportunity to do so. So heading straight back into work. I'm still very tired, but let's do it. What I have over here is a illustration that I was commissioned to do for Bitch magazine. I have a vlog on that if you want to catch up on what this artwork is all about. In the middle here, there's a bunch of like consumables to kind of show the excess in the capitalist system in which unicorns have been used and co-opted. I'm not going to go into explaining what this piece is about. You'll just have to watch that vlog to learn more, or better yet, read the magazine article, because it's an editorial piece, so it's more about visuals complementing the article rather than the other way around. What I wanted to do was, you know, I was always like, I wanted to always replace the stuff that is in the middle here and change up a couple of things. And, you know, because this show came about, I wanted to use something kind of fresh. And I don't know, I felt like the unicorn was kind of perfect. So I have a couple of elements already that I want to use and pop into the middle here. I'm going to use a troll doll. I have I believe it's a 6 of Cups card that I did where it has 2 troll dolls. So I will be placing those in there. And then on the side here, I'd like to create some kind of like castle thing and replace the hair. I mean, look, I'm using a lot of bits from here, but I have lots of plans to change things. So one, change the background, change the color of the horse, change the hair, because I want it to more look like a Polly Pocket castle strewn throughout the hair. And I also want some streams animating out of the block as well. And then as for all the other stuff that's in the middle here, I'll have to just kind of see what I've got, see what works. It's kind of like a half collage, half drawing some fresh stuff. Well, without further ado, let's just go into time-lapse mode so you guys can see what I'm gonna do. I have vague plans, but you know, as soon as you actually work on it and see things placed around, plans may change. Hello everybody! So it's a new day and a new week. I am going to be making the Maker Tarot card. This is a additional tarot card that we are adding into our tarot card deck. The Maker is like an ode to people who are makers, creators, cooks, potters. If you make things with any medium, this card is a tribute to you. So I hope this card connects with you guys, and I will have more information about that in a different video. And also, if you got the tarot card deck, it will have more information in the booklet there as well. But basically, it's just a tribute and an ode to people who create. So what we've got here is a lady with 4 arms. She is painting a lotus flower. Lotuses grow from the mud, and it's kind of a symbol of how you can grow no matter what circumstance, and a beautiful thing can be created from nothing. That's kind of the message that we're really pushing towards with this card. If you get this card in a reading, it's really about harnessing what you are capable of and really pushing forward. It's a very similar card to the Magician, but rather than it focusing on like the tools of the trade and having things like right in front of you to help guide you and be your higher self, this is more about looking within to really push your creativity and push your higher self from within you. I have now put in the flats. I will talk about the monkey in just a second. I've put in the flats, so let me just take off all of the layers and go through them. The way that I like to structure my digital files is I like to put all of my mid elements in the middle, therefore being the mid elements. So what that means is if you're thinking about this girl in 3-dimensional space, she is really at the center and in between lots of objects. And that's kind of like how I like to place my layers as well. And then you can see here the back of the hair and the canvas are the back elements. Lastly, I've got accessories, so like the palette, the earrings, and the brushes. Those are all of the things that are at the forefront, and I like to call them accessories because, you know, they're like the little trinkets that add those finishing touches to artworks. So that's just a quick way of just telling you guys how I organize things. This is what it looks like all together. I actually quite like the way that she looks like in a comic form. Sometimes I kind of wish that my style was more in a comic form because I would be pumping out pieces left, right, and center, but of course we all prefer my fully rendered pieces in the end. But it's kind of exciting with digital how you can just like really see what it's going to look like in a matter of minutes. So the monkey here, if you are new to any of my artwork, this is kind of a good example of how rendered I'm going to make the final piece on the left. So you can kind of see and differentiate the two artworks from what is kind of unrendered to fully rendered. My goal for today is to really just work on the girl, her hair, the gloves, the skirt, and go from there. Hello. Let me drink some water. What are we up to? Head empty. What day is it? It's Wednesday. Guys, I'm gonna edit a video that'll probably take me until like lunchtime. Actually remembered to shoot some thumbnails just this time around, so that's good. The NFT. So I've sent it off to the animator. I'm still waiting for like a first draft. I will share progress with you guys when that comes. And then yesterday I had a very slow day painting because I haven't painted in about like 10, maybe longer. Maybe like 20 days or so I haven't painted anything. So, you know, I'm just trying to get back into the momentum of making pieces, but I'm happy with where the maker is going so far. I think this is the very first piece where I've done like a full-bodied piece in digital. So the maker and the patron are going to be Major Arcana cards, and all the Major Arcana cards feature like full-bodied folk rather than like a portrait. So yeah, it feels good just like making a proper piece again. I only really consider like a painting a real painting if it's got like a full-bodied person in it, just because I mean obviously like the queens were proper paintings. It's more like I know that full bodies, especially nudes, do really well with my audience, with you guys. I mean, who doesn't? Nudes are great. And yeah, that's something that I definitely want to do a lot more of in my future work. I don't know if I'm like putting too much detail in this girl. I don't know. I'm just kind of going by ear, just feeling it out. It's really nice painting a little bit slower rather than being like, okay, I have to have this arm done by this hour and this one done by this time. I think once I get back into the rhythm of it all, I'll paint a lot quicker because I really do want this tarot card project to be freaking done so I can get back to painting and transition the office into a painting studio rather than just like a desk and packing and then like illustration studio. I would really like to set it up so I can have a couple more canvases around, a couple more easels around. I'm looking forward to moving things around. I feel like the studio hasn't changed in such a long time and I need some like freshness. So come January, I'm really excited to move things around, go through every little nook and cranny, clean everything. You know, January is a good time to like reset. I have a feeling I'll be really tired then. And also I finally get to see my family at the end of the year, which is nice. I haven't seen my family since 2019. Thanks, pandemic. I haven't seen my mum since 2019, so a very long time. I'm so excited to finally see my family at the end of the year and I don't know, actually like take a break without feeling guilty, which is nice. Over the last couple of years, actually my whole adult life, I've never been able to like just sit down and rest without feeling painfully uncomfortable and stressed. Now that the tarot Kickstarter is done, I actually feel good taking a rest and I don't feel guilty about it because it's like I did the hard work. The hard work is done. I don't know if you guys can tell I'm a lot more mellow, a lot happier. I'm definitely able to tell in my eyes, like the eye bags aren't as intense. Excited to like work on things in my personal life, like taking care of my body again, signing up for the gym again. Oh my god, I'm feeling just so sluggish and gross, and yeah, it'll be nice to get back onto the exercise bandwagon. I'm procrastinating. Let's get to editing, shall we? Probably not gonna show you that part because that's just me sitting at a desk. That's kind of boring. I will get back to you guys when I do something fresh and interesting. Should probably do some sketchbook drawing at some point. Actually, I really want to finish my sketchbook soon. So yeah, we're gonna do some videos centered about that. If you want to see more sketchbook stuff, if you want to see anything else on my channel, let me know. I'm like rediscovering my channel identity and my art identity. So all suggestions are very, very welcome. Hello, everybody. I just came back from the hairdresser. That's why my hair looks like this. I'm a bit undecided whether or not I like this style. Just my hairdresser was like, let's style your hair like this to see what it looks like, because her hair was kind of similar. It looks cute. It's a bit less orange, a bit more cooler in its tones. But anyway, I'm just popping in here to show you guys what came in. Exciting! I was not expecting to get a copy. I don't know if you guys know, but my dad lives in the US. I got him to get me a copy, but turns out I didn't need to do that because Bitch Mag sent me one. So we're gonna take a look at this when we set you guys up in the bird's eye view. And then I also got this book the other day. In my neighborhood, there's like a free book depot. I don't know, it's like this cute thing that suburbs do where people place their unwanted books in this little case. You can take any of the other books for free. I've yet to replace the book that I've taken from that box. I will soon. But this book was in it, and Rel spotted it, was like, wow, look at that book, because Rel and I really love books that include illustrations from like the 50s to 80s, even a bit of the 90s, just because like that was really like the golden era, the golden age for commercial illustrators. Commercial illustrators, especially in the 70s and 80s, really informs my work, and when we go through it, you guys are gonna see why. This is like the best free thing I think I've ever taken from the streets ever in my entire life. Like, gagged. All right, let's have a look. Okay, there we go. Now you guys can see. All right, first off, we're gonna start off with Bitch Mag. Let me straighten this up so you guys don't feel like you're seasick. All right, so Bitch Magazine. So a couple of months ago, I was commissioned by Bitch Magazine to do some editorial work. I've been dying to do a lot more commercial illustration work. I feel like, I guess we'll talk about this, which like really fulfills my commercial illustration fantasies. But pretty much, it's a feminist magazine from the US. I was commissioned to do some illustrations. I was commissioned to do some illustrations by S.E. Smith. I have a vlog on the whole process of these illustrations that I'm about to show you in my last vlog that I will have linked down in the description if you want to catch up. But yeah, the magazine is just talking about the history of the unicorn through a feminist lens. It's a really good read. If you guys are in the US, I don't know if this edition is still out, but I know that Borders stocks Bitch Magazine in the US, and then for everybody else, I think, yeah, you're just gonna have to go online, just like I had to. But yeah, this is the illustration that I did. And I'm sure you guys recognize this unicorn because I'm reusing it as we've already covered earlier in the vlog. I sent them a version without a background and a version with the pink. I knew that the pink was going to be risky. They probably weren't going to go with that because it's a bit intense. But I love the way that the graphic designer did this big gradient in the background, and it's nice and pastel, so it feels like a little bit more sophisticated, but you know, still fits the brief of what a unicorn is all about. And the typography that they use as well is great. I feel like it's ethereal and fantastical without being, but still feels, you know, contemporary. And they also used a couple of my little sparkles as well. I think the graphic designer did such a good job, and I've always been intrigued to see how graphic designers interpret my work because I do a lot of graphic design work as well, and I really struggle to mesh my graphic design persona with my artist persona, and when I have to mix the two, I really struggle. So it's actually really exciting seeing how somebody else has tackled my aesthetic. And then here is the article. As you can see, they put the gradient in the background here as well. It's a really good balance between feeling mature but still ethereal. Let me know if you guys recognize the inspiration in the original artwork for this piece over here. And then lastly, that's the last spot illustration that I've done. I've done a bit of, you know, commercial illustration throughout the years, but I've often been hired more with my graphic design persona rather than my art persona, so it's actually really exciting seeing like my work can look like through a commercial lens. So I'm happy, I'm pumped, and I'm really hoping that I get more jobs and gigs like this in the future. Let's move on to this book over here. So I think it's crazy how like these two things are kind of really interlinked, because this is kind of the inspiration for like what I would really like to do, and then here is early iterations of that coming true. Really cool, exciting. Okay, so this Dinosaur's Book, I don't know if it's still in press, if it's still being printed, but if so, I will put a link down below. I love this old school like when was this made? It must be the 80s. 81, actually like the perfect era, because I really love the psychedelic nature of the 70s. It just feels like a little bit more dumbed down once you're heading into the 80s, and this is like the peak era for my favorite style of illustration. So here we've got like obviously a dinosaur with like an Art Nouveau frame around it. Oh, look at these dinosaurs here. I mean, I'm stealing this. 100% I'm stealing these like little corner joins. I think it's just crazy that like Art Nouveau still inspires so many people down the tracks. And I guess we'll get into that more when I go through them. I think Art Nouveau is a style that illustrators love because it's a way for us to incorporate illustration but still in a functional form. So really you're adding these exciting flourishes, but they still have, you know, tight restrictions. And for me, I really like that challenge of like, how can you add flourishes and personality to, you know, just a written page. So this is really exciting for me to see. I definitely want to try and like steal a lot of these ideas in the future. I'm gonna do a little flick through and you guys lay back and enjoy the art. Oh my god, he's so funny. That is so cute. It's actually really great seeing these spot illustrations. I feel like I've got to make some of my own to kind of prove that I can do illustrations that don't have to rely so heavily on color. This page here, I'm pretty much going to steal this composition. Obsessed. I have to admit, I prefer the frame rather than what is in the middle here. I actually think the center artwork, although interesting, is almost a bit underwhelming compared to the frame. Oh, guys, can you imagine me like creating... Oh, it actually makes me so excited, a bit teary to think about it. Just think about like, imagine a painting of mine where I like etch in the artwork into the frame like this. Oh my god. Oh my god. I might have an aneurysm. This is actually really good inspiration for the booklet that I will be putting together. It's like a little mini booklet that will be in the tarot card deck. The way that this book is comprised is going to inform the way that the little booklet is going to be, for sure. That is such a good page. I was like, who commissions an artist to do this? But it's actually the other way around. It's this artist's work and then just reading the front. So this is orchestrated by William Stouch rather than the other way around. Rather than like a publishing house finding an artist, it's quite the opposite. This is giving me some ideas. I feel like maybe I should work on some kind of book and pitch it to some publishers. I do have a lot of friends who have written and gotten books published, but that's because they're massive influencers or big podcasters. Oh my god, the composition in this one's freaking fantastic. Those two colors look so good together. This like mustard yellow with a bit of greens against this like tealy, and then with the coral velociraptors at the back. Oof, that's a really nice color combination. The deep brown, browny reds here, that's a really good idea. Ooh, that's a good... I'm stealing that. Lots of ideas that I'm gonna steal from this book. Guys, this is the very first time I've actually gone through this book properly, so... Ooh, that's nice too. I love the idea of working on these like super skinny pieces. I've never actually done anything like that before. That's cool. I don't know if you guys know the artist Mobius, but Mobius is one of my biggest inspirations. He's just a master at, you know, creating worlds. He's, you know, one of the big dudes from this whole height of illustration around like the late 70s to 80s. Oh, what I would do to live in this golden era of illustration. I'm actually getting a bit overwhelmed and this is going for a while, so I think we might leave it. Oh, wow. I love the idea of making a triptych like this where you have like one big piece and then two complementary pieces on the side. Like, I'm dying to make some paintings like this. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. All right, you guys, I'm not gonna go through the whole thing because if you really want to go through it yourselves, maybe like try and hunt down a copy. There you go, that's all the information that you need. All right, you guys, let's move on. Good morning, everybody. Lighting isn't that great right now because it's like raining and patchy and all over the place, so bear with me. New week, we are going to wrap up the NFT animation thing that I'm working on. I'll show you what the animator has made so far. Just some tweaks need to be made. It's looking very robotic, so there's that. And then I also need to draw a couple of additional frames for him. Just again, it's looking like too robotic and I want things to be a little bit more smoother, a bit more natural looking. So let's go through that so I can let you know what needs to be done. Okay, so he said to ignore the lighting because it's a screen grab, so therefore it's like the colors aren't that accurate, so it looks a little bit muddy, so ignore that. But let's zoom in here so you guys can see what it looks like, and I'll press play. So it's pretty exciting actually seeing it all come to life. But yeah, as you can see, the bottom plants there I think swing a little bit too aggressively, and I think the butterfly is a bit too robotic. I think it needs to move a bit more randomly. Eye, as you can see, just opens and closes and there's no frame like in between the eye opening, and also the other one on the other side doesn't move at all. So going to change that. I also feel like there needs to be something happening over here. So I'm going to give him some additional layers where these are different colors, the hair, so it can like fade in and out to be a different color. I don't think it needs like so much movement here, like another additional like thing swinging. It's more like, I think some colors fading in and out will be enough. And then I also gave him instructions to fade the light in and out here as well. So what we're gonna do right now, or what I'm gonna do right now, is make these additional layers and then make some additional frames for the eyes, and then hopefully that all goes well, and hopefully I have some results this time tomorrow. Alright everybody, so it's early afternoon now. I finished that job, wrapped up emails, did all my little like bitsy jobs. So normally in the morning I try and like do lots of admin work and then get to painting for the rest of the day. I kind of hate that routine because I just want to get to painting and then like do the annoying jobs later, but every time I do that I never do the odd jobs. But anyway, that's all done. With the animation that you guys saw, give me any feedback that you have on it, because animation and like NFTs are kind of new. I'm more than happy to hear like any feedback you have on elements that should move, how I can improve the work. Yeah, just happy to hear any feedback that you think on it. Do you like it? Do you think it's weird? Is it a bit robotic? Let's go and check out the maker card. Very close to finishing this one. I think there's been a pretty decent leap from when you guys saw it last, so let's have a look. Alrighty, so she's getting pretty rendered. My goals for right now are just to finish off this section, add all the highlights in the hair, do this vase over here, and then tomorrow do the rest of this stuff. So the earring, the glove, the two hands over here with the brushes, the leg, and then the painting at the back. A little ambitious, but we'll see. Really happy where she's going so far. I love the shine on her boobs. And the shine on the skirt as well. It feels like it's got a lot of depth and has a lot of weight. guys.
Yeah, so even more exciting than that, I'm sorry, Gila, is that we got in touch
Beautiful.
with the Bear Club, dude.
Whoa. Alright, you guys. How spooky was that spider? I was literally just drawing and it literally plopped out of the sky. Oh my god, it scared the bejeebus out of me. It was beautiful though. I had to ask Rel to pick it up and take it outside, which he did. What else are boyfriends for? You guys, let me know how you feel about the maker card. It feels so good making the art I want to make. Again, it's not like the tarot card deck wasn't allowing me to do that, but I think you guys can tell the difference between like a coins card versus this card. Like, we're finally back to making like proper Zeke's Lunchbox weird alien babe artwork again. Let me know if you like the maker card, and let me know in this artwork what your favorite little detail is, because there's lots of yummy little details and accessories and bits and bobs in this piece, so would love to hear what you guys think. You guys, let's reveal this NFT. I got it last night and sent it off to the people who are organizing the group show. I did a little bit of color grading, and I also just added some foley and a bit of a soundtrack just to really bring it to life, and I'm really excited to show you guys. So, but before I head out, remember to like and subscribe, and one last thing, next week, would you guys prefer that I do a studio tour? Because I mentioned doing a studio tour months ago and I never got around to it. Or would you prefer that I do some sketchbook drawing? So comment below and let me know. Let's reveal this NFT in 3, 2, 1.